What's up guys, I'm going to do another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Black Ops 4 in general. We're going to be talking about the campaign mode, the multiplayer mode, and the zombies mode. So we're going to be talking about all sorts of things Black Ops 4, and kind of what I want them to do with it, and what I think Treyarch should do for the game to be successful, and to kind of bring Call of Duty back to its, like huge player base and make it popular again, because Call of Duty's kind of been on the down low lately. It's been dying a little bit, and it hasn't been as popular as it was, say, back in Black Ops 2. Like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3 were Call of Duty's prime. That's when Call of Duty maxed out. That's when it got the most sales, and it's just dropped off over the years. So what I would like them to see them do with like the campaign is, one, just make it like an easy to follow story. Like Black Ops 3 had, supposedly, it had a great story. Like I've never really been able to wrap my mind around it and understand it, but like they took a gamble with the campaign and they like switched some of the missions around so it wasn't actually in chronological order. So like the first mission you play is actually like one of the last or something like that, and it's all about like you're in somebody else's body or whatever. So it was like pretty hard to follow, and I didn't love it that much. It wasn't extremely easy to understand. Like you have to like basically write it out on paper, and then you might be able to understand it. Like you got to write it out, think about it, and then you can be like, oh, okay, I think I see where this makes sense. Whereas like all the other Call of Duty campaigns have been like, okay, this is what happens. It's like Shepard betrays you, and now you're trying to kill Shepard. So okay, cool. But in Black Ops 3, it was like, oh, well, you're playing as this person, but no, you're actually playing as this person, and they got, taken over here, and this mission you play here is actually over here, and this mission goes here, and you're not actually dead, and you are a robot the whole time, or whatever. It's just a mess. So I want Black Ops 4's campaign, if it has one. We have had rumors that Black Ops 4 will not have a campaign, and I know that a lot of you guys are on both sides of the fence here. There's a lot of you saying like, oh yeah, it's confirmed already by a bunch of different sources that there's no campaign. But then there's other people out there in the community that are like, no, there's going to be a campaign. All these leaks and stuff are fake. So tell me what you guys think of that in the comments down below. But yeah, so campaign, just easy to follow. I really liked Black Ops 2's campaign because it had multiple different endings to it and like branching story arcs, which I think would be really awesome to bring back. And it's something that made Black Ops 2's campaign a little bit more unique, so it wasn't the same for everybody, and it was different. So that was really nice. It was really good. It gave the campaign a whole lot more life to it and longevity, because it allowed you to go back and play through the campaign differently each and every time you played the game. You could make different choices, and you wanted to get that perfect ending for Black Ops 2. And I think something like that would be really cool, but I don't think it's like necessary for the game. It won't make or break the game. Just a fun campaign that has a lot of really cool elements to it that's not, super confusing, but just kind of explains the story and the setting of, the rest of the game. So next up, for multiplayer in Black Ops 4, this is going to be a huge one. So I absolutely want the game to be boots on the ground. There's no doubt about it. I don't want any of this like stuff that we've been hearing about in the rumors about how you can have a perk or whatever that gives you this advanced movement. No, I want straight up boots on the ground, nothing else. Like Black Ops 3 is fun and all, but it just does not compare to Black Ops 2's multiplayer. Black Ops 2's, in my opinion, is like one of the most polished and smooth and best multiplayers in any Call of Duty game. Like it just feels so good to play, and there is a like legitimate skill cap there and skill level in that game that you can actually like get to. Whereas with Black Ops 3 and this advanced movement stuff, in theory there would be a huge like skill gap, and that you could totally just like, if you mastered the advanced movement or whatever, you could just smoke all these other players, and if you master this and you put in the time and the effort, you can just do really well. But it didn't actually turn out that way. Everybody is basically just jumping around, bunny hopping everywhere, and there is nothing you can do to set yourself apart and like really improve, because everybody just bunny hops. Somebody's getting shot at in Black Ops 3 or Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare, they just jump 30 feet in the air and throw off your aim, and then they turn around and two-shot you. So with Black Ops 2, it was actually, you had to have good aim, you could track people, and it really played off a good map knowledge, where you couldn't get to the other side of the map in like 10 seconds flat. You know, you had to actually think about it and be strategic and flank and, you know, use equipment a whole lot more. Whereas in Black Ops 3, it's like equipment isn't as good. You know, you throw a shock charge, well, people can just jump 40 feet in the air right over it. Whereas Black Ops 3, or excuse me, Black Ops 2, you know, you throw a shock charge, people can't get around that unless they shoot it or they like literally walk, you know, a little far away around it. And it just made everything way better and was just more like closer and made it a little bit more like jam-packed and like claustrophobic and all sorts of stuff. But it was fun, and it actually had a skill gap, like a skill level there. Like if you mastered your aim and you mastered the like map locations and map rotations and spawn and stuff, you could do so well in Black Ops 2. You could just like, you know, own the map. You know, you kill a bunch of guys over here, then you turn around and you know exactly where they're going to spawn over here. Whereas Black Ops 3, it's like, yeah, you might know where they're going to spawn, but, you know, hey, the spawns might change in like 3 seconds because somebody can jump around and jump to the other side of the map in like 5 seconds flat. So multiplayer just needs to be like Black Ops 2. You know, quick scoping is basically a thing of the past. We can't really do it anymore, so we don't have that to worry about anymore. That was like one of my biggest gripes about Black Ops 2 is just the quick scoping. Everything about it was good. LMGs were good, SMGs were good, assault rifles were good, pistols were really good. Every weapon in that game was just really good, and you could, you know, do really well with. And that's something I miss in Call of Duty, because lately we've had tons and tons of guns that just suck and are just awful, and the developers refuse to do anything about them just because, you know, the pros aren't using them. But whereas in Black Ops 2, literally a pro could use any weapon. Like, a pro player could use a TAC-45 and go up against somebody with an MSMC and win. Somebody could, you know, use a, let's say, an M1216 and go up against somebody with an AN-94 and win. So it was a whole lot better, in my opinion. Plus, it was a lot more fun to play and also to watch. So, as, you know, a person who watches YouTube or Twitch or even for, like, the competitive scene, the more guns that are viable and the more guns that are actually good like they were in Black Ops 2, the more guns that are going to be used in competitive and the more exciting it's going to be. Like, how awesome would that be to see somebody pull off an amazing move and get, you know, like a multi-kill with, say, a pistol or like a really like kind of quirky shotgun or something like that, you know? And, you know, everybody would just go wild. Whereas now it's like, you know, you just use the most powerful SMG and the most powerful assault rifle, and there's maybe like 2 assault rifles and 2 SMGs that you would use in competitive, and that's about it. And it's so boring to watch because it's like, oh, they're using this gun, okay, whatever. But then, you know, if every gun was good like it was in Black Ops 2, it'd be like, oh, they're using this gun, huh, I'm not very good with that gun, I wonder how they're gonna do. And then they pull off like an amazing like move or something like that, and you're like, wow, that's a great gun, I want to go use it. So I just really want the game to be polished and smooth like Black Ops 2 is. The maps in Black Ops 2 were good. I think the spawns could use a little bit of work for like Black Ops 2. The hit detection definitely could use work, and like the connections and stuff, but I feel like we've kind of moved on from that, and connections and everything in Call of Duty games has gotten better. But I mean, multiplayer, you know, bring back that dark matter camo, that'd be sweet. And yeah, bring back lots of fun weapons. Like Black Ops 3 right now, I have tons of supply drop weapons in the game, but like the only supply drop weapons I don't have in the game are ones that are like the most fun. I don't have the Renovator, I don't have the Dissector, I don't have the FFAR, you know, I don't have the PPSH. So it's a lot of these really fun weapons, you know, the Marshals, the Shadow Claw, the Ballistic Knife, these really cool like quirky weapons that, you know, you just wouldn't really think about, and you're like, wow, those are some of the most fun weapons, that they're still really good. Like the Marshals are awesome to use, but it's, you know, a really unique gun. And same with the Shadow Claw, it's like you have 2 little crossbow things, and it's just amazing. And like, I love those type of weapons, so if they can bring those back, have a like large amount of weapon variety, and have all the weapons be kind of equally as good, then it would just be an amazing playing field and be amazing to do, especially for somebody who goes for challenges like me, who wants to get that dark matter. It'd make life a whole lot easier instead of using these really crappy guns that, you know, you gotta get double kills and bloodthirsties with. You basically just have to camp your butt off for. Whereas in Black Ops 2, it's like you could rush with a 5.7 and easily get, you know, bloodthirsties, double kills. I've even seen people get nuclears with freaking 5.7s, for crap's sake. So multiplayer, just make it similar to Black Ops 2, and that'd be fine. You know, score streaks, same as Black Ops 2, you know, same kind of layout. That'd be amazing as well. Bring back the nuke, though. That's one thing I would love, is from the bring back the nuke. And whether or not it ends the game, I think it shouldn't end the game. It should just kill the enemies. But yeah. So now, lastly for this video, zombies. Zombies is like the favorite thing of mine for Call of Duty games lately. Like, that's what got me into Call of Duty in general, was zombies. Like, I mean, actually, like, I got into Call of Duty for multiplayer and then a little bit for the campaign, but then I kind of fell off and I didn't play Call of Duty for a little while. But zombies is really what hooked me and got me back into it and got me playing, you know, Call of Duty a whole lot more and posting YouTube videos and stuff. And that's where here I am now. So zombies, I just want it to be like Black Ops 1 and 2 and World at War. I mean, World at War and Black Ops 1 were pretty almost identical, but Black Ops 2 just had so many cool new mechanics in it and just made the game so much fun. Like, sure, there was maps like Transit and Die Rise and Buried, you know, and even Nuketown. Like, they weren't the best maps, but they were, you know, pretty decent. They were fun. But what I really loved about Black Ops 2 and even Black Ops 1 is, and I mean World at War as well, is that the settings for that game, for the maps, were some of the most unique and fun settings that I've ever seen in like a video game. Like, how fun is it to play Mob of the Dead and be, you know, fighting off zombies on Alcatraz? Like, that's such a cool map idea and like atmosphere. And it just adds so much more to the game and makes you feel so much more into it, rather than, oh, I'm playing in a town? Okay. We haven't seen that before, you know? Like, we haven't played that with any of these World War II zombies, or, you know, the Infinite Warfare zombies, or Gorod Krovi, you know? Like, Gorod Krovi was cool, but it was like, okay, it's a city. We've already seen this a billion times. You know, Origins, playing on the battlefields of World War I, like, that was an incredible map. Added in new mechanics too, and new like changes to the way the map played with the robots. You know, they incorporated that well into the Easter eggs and into the lore, but also really well into the map and just the gameplay itself, where you had to be on the lookout for the robots to see, you know, is the robot going to be coming this way? Is it going to, you know, destroy my train? Am I going to get trapped? Is it going to step on me or what? You know, added a really cool element to that map. And other maps like Moon, what an amazing map! Like, fighting off zombies on the moon. That's an awesome idea, you know? And 5, playing in the Pentagon, like, that's freaking amazing, you know? Playing as JFK, like, how sick is that? And, you know, Verrucht, that's another one of my favorite maps. You're in an insane asylum. Like, that's like one of the coolest places to have a zombie apocalypse, because you already got these like insane people and stuff, but now you got them turned into zombies, and just the atmosphere is so creepy and cool. But I feel like they've lost that, like with Shadows of Evil. Oh wait, it takes place in a city again. How original. You know, Dreisendracht was cool, yeah, it took place in a castle. It's really, you know, it's probably the most unique map on Black Ops 3. You know, Zatsubu I liked, but it was a jungle, so, you know, we already had that with Shino Numa, and to an extent Shangri-La. And then Gorod Krovi, oh wow, a city again, cool. And then Revelations, it was like, okay, yeah, it's really awesome being able to play all these previous Zombies maps, but it's like they just ripped the most random places and the most random parts of the map to like make Revelations. Like, they just took like Generator 3, I think it is, from, yeah, Generator 3 from Origins, that section of the map, bam, made that into Origins, and then the Pack-a-Punch area. Ooh, cool, yeah, man, I love that, and I love playing on that part of the map. It's like, when you play on that map and you go to like each section of the map, you're like, oh, wow, I wish I'd be playing this better map, you know? It's like, I wish I was playing Origins right now instead of this map. And like, they could have made it really cool by incorporating all the maps into one and having them be a lot bigger, but it's like they just took the most random places from the maps. Like Shangri-La, they just like took the spawn room. It's like, okay, whatever. Dreisendracht, they have the Undercroft, which, yeah, that's, you know, kind of cool or whatever. And then Kino, yeah, they actually did Kino well. They had the theater. But, you know, like the rest of the maps, it's like, come on, like, they could have done better. And, you know, Mob of the Dead, like, They should have just had it be bigger. You know, that's kind of my biggest gripe with Revelations. But anyways, the point I'm getting at here is just that I want them to have better map locations and ideas for them. I want them to go back to the Black Ops 2, 1, World at War maps, where we actually have fun maps that make sense and that the storylines connect to each other, instead of, say, Black Ops 3, where it's like, oh, we're at a castle and now a city and now another city and a swamp, and then we're in some sort of like serpent, you know, snake alien thing or whatever, and we're fighting these three-headed random creature things. It's like, come on, just go back to what Zombies was. I want fun Easter eggs that can be done solo, you know, fun weapons to pack-a-punch and stuff, really kind of cool, like, quirky weapons as well. Like, how awesome is the crossbow in Black Ops 1? You upgrade that and it's like a monkey bomb. You pack-a-punch. The ballistic knife, you can revive players with that. You know, the Mark III, the ray gun Mark III in Gorad Krovi was such a letdown. Like, that was a dumb weapon. Like, the Mark II in Black Ops 2, that was an amazing gun. Still is. It's one of my favorite guns ever. Like, it took the ray gun, was like, boom, shot it up to 10. But then the ray gun Mark III is like, oh, kind of wish I had the Mark II in this map instead. You know, it's just not as good. And yeah, so I don't know, Zombies, I don't like the way that they did Black Ops 3 Zombies, like with the whole, you know, Apothicons and like Dr. Monty and all this stuff, and the Primus crew and the Ultimus crew and all this junk and saving the universe. It's like, no, I just want to go back to what we did with Black Ops 2, with Black Ops 1, and World at War. World at War didn't really have a storyline, you know, you just went from map to map and just played and just killed zombies, which was fun. Black Ops 1 had a storyline, which was cool, and, you know, really started with Shangri-La and Moon, but, you know, it had an effect, you know, you blew up the Earth. And then Black Ops 2 directly, like, you know, built off that. You play on Transit, where the Earth is blown up. You play in Nuketown, where the Earth is blown up. And, you know, it was a really good storyline in Black Ops 2. Like, even though the maps didn't, like, directly connect, you know, like, Die Rise didn't connect really to Mob of the Dead, and Mob of the Dead didn't go into Buried, it was still a really fun, really cool game, story-wise. And I just don't like what they're doing with all this weird alien voodoo crap, and oh no, Dr. Monty is like God, and he created the universe and all this stuff, and he can, you know, do this with the flick of his wrist and all this sorts of junk. And I'm just like, no, it's dumb, and it just is awful. So, yeah, Black Ops 4, I have a lot of hope for this game. I really hope Treyarch can do this one well and bring people back to Call of Duty. They just need to nail those 3 game modes down. Like, they really, and Treyarch usually does a good job with all 3 game modes, but I feel like this year, they really just need to make sure that they polish it. Also, no glitches. Like, that's one of the most infuriating things with, you know, going back and playing these Zombies maps. Origins. I went back and did the Easter egg on that. So many glitches where the stabs don't work and the Easter eggs, and you're basically screwed. And Black Ops 3, there's a bunch of glitches and junk like that. So if they can just polish all 3 modes, make the campaign really, really fun, and not something that you play and then forget about for the rest of your life. Something that you play and it actually has an effect on you, you know? Sort of like, you know, when you think of good campaigns, you think of like Halo 2 and stuff like that. So something fun, replayable, and, you know, that is actually really, like, enjoyable to play. Multiplayer, something that's just, like, super solid, smooth, and has really good guns that makes you happy and makes you have fun when you play. Zombies, I want it to be fun and not all this sorts of garbage with, you know, the Apothicons and, you know, the Keepers and all this junk. Like, no, just make it Zombies like it once was. None of this other junk. So if they can nail down all 3 modes, I can really see Black Ops 4 being the best Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. I don't think we've had, you know, a really great one since Black Ops 2. Make it boots on the ground, make it kind of modern, maybe a little futuristic, that'd be okay. But yeah, there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. These are all just kind of my ideas and thoughts and stuff for Black Ops 4. Tell me what you guys' thoughts and everything are in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Just like I said, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you're subscribed already. We're going to be coming up on the reveal trailer and the reveal event for Black Ops 4 coming up real soon in a couple weeks. So make sure you're staying subscribed on my channel and that you're staying tuned to check out any of that content, because as soon as it drops, I'm going to be posting tons of videos. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
I was scared.